Let me.
Ok. Ça fait un bon petit temps.
Of course it has. And merci pour que I guess you join nous aujourd'hui, hein. But I guess pour the purpose of this webinar, je vais faire en plus en anglais, que ou déjà connaît quand même pas bon comme ça.
Ok.
À
Mhm.
gauche.
It's okay for me.
Okay, awesome.
It will be better because for now I'm learning English.
Awesome.
Yeah, I need to practice more.
Thank you. Makes my life way easier.
Yes. Because you did too. For me, in format cap.
Awesome, awesome.
So,
So again, thank you and welcome for another, you could say, session of I Learn Saturday. And today is June 15th. And it's sunny outside. It's beautiful. And after this, I'm going to enjoy the summer breeze. I know you are you in Port-au-Prince currently or Ulan Provincial?
no, so now I'm in Dominican Republic.
Okay.
I pass sometimes and try to see what I can do. So, it's very difficult over there.
Mm-hmm.
Things are getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to take some times and after I will see what I can do.
Yeah, which is understandable. And honestly, no one is blaming anyone
Mhm.
for leaving currently. So
Yeah,
you do what is best for you.
e-
Um,
exactly.
yeah,
I leave my job and everything,
exactly.
so I come here.
Exactly.
And I'm trying to see if I could have better opportunities here and if if something happened I could stay for I don't know, but the decision will take in the future
Mm-hmm.
to see exactly what should I do. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So don't mind me, I have my notebook as always.
Yeah.
So to get started, I guess, on today's session, because I wanted to at least respect your time, is that like we're learning about naming your organization. In your case, you already have a name for your organization, which is Format CAF.
Yeah.
And if possible, actually, could you maybe like answer some questions for me? Like, how did you guys and how did you and your team come up with the name? Because I know Format CAF is an abbreviation of
Mm.
Fondation. It
It's it's a famille des
uh-huh.
artistes
Thank you.
de Carrefour.
So is
It's like a family of artists in Carrefour.
nice, nice, nice. And you guys basically came up with the name because you are from Kafufuri and it
Yeah,
was a family initiative and you guys chose that name and the abbreviation fits perfectly. But
exactly.
if you were not, like if you were a new organization and you were thinking on rebranding, changing your name, I would say
Yeah.
like this webinar obviously would be for you. So in
Yeah.
this case, we are
So if it's okay, I don't know, I after maybe we could change the name
mm,
because we see our vision is larger.
mhm.
So maybe it could be uh f- a family of artists of the world.
Mhm, mhm,
Like you see, to extend the projects, the vision.
mhm.
Yeah.
So let me get started. 1 second. Let me know if you can see it properly.
Mhm.
Awesome. So today's session, we're diving into naming your organization. So you already know the gist of my little agendas. As far as like the ground rules, obviously, is to There you go, which is simply to respect one another, allow each person to speak without interruption. Don't be shy. No question is a stupid question. So, and as you know, you've participated in past sessions with me, is simply just allowing everyone to just have a voice and being interactive and also like
Yeah.
participating. And if you have questions, if you don't want to, I guess like ask it broadly, you could just tap it in the chat and
Yeah.
or send me a message on the side, and then I can basically work with you one-on-one. um and I'm like it, and yes, I am showing a little favoritism, just a little bit. So just a little bit, don't mind me, but
Mhm.
anywho, so choosing the correct name for your organization is one of the most important decision you'll face. Your nonprofit's name is more than simply a label. It is the foundation of your brand, the first impression you create, and an essential component of your legal identity. So just like your parents named you, that name stay for you for life unless you make the decision to legally change your name, or you get married and take on your significant other maiden name, to move forward in life. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, a name actually represents and it's something that stays for you for life, basically.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
As far as a name, the name has first impressions in Brendan communication, communicating your mission and your values and legal consideration. So as far as like, first impression in Brendan, I don't believe you participated with us on the last 4 sessions that we had with Fifi, Davidson, and Max. So
No. Mhm.
all if I guess like if you or anyone else have not participated in any session, past sessions, you could always go back to our YouTube page where they are available, and you can access this for free, obviously. And basically they tap into Brendan, they tapped into building your business canvas, as well as the ethics of Imogen.
Mhm.
So, but for the purpose of this particular session, I believe Fifi's and Davidson's sessions coincides and they're in parallel to what it is that we're discussing, which is naming your organization. Not only that, with first impression, your branding stands out,
Mhm.
as well as the communicating your mission and your values. So, first impression now, excuse me, I have my notebook. So
That's
now,
correct. Mhm.
now, if you, with first impression, as far as like, you need something that is immediate recognition, where your name is often the first thing that people see. I would say, yeah, the first or the second thing that people see will notice about your organization. It should create a sense of immediate connection with your target audience. And then we create like with the branding aspect of things, we'll go inside with your brand identity, which is a strong, you could say, it's a strong, same, some help. Excuse him. It's a strong,
Mhm.
it's a strong, what is the word I'm looking for? Identity that helps establish your brand identity. That's not the word I'm looking for, but to be honest with you, let's move on because I am not a brand person. I am not a marketer. So disclaimer
Okay.
out there if I butchered Fifi's past session. And then obviously the emotional connection. The
Mhm.
emotional connection is a well-chosen name, can evoke some emotions and create a lasting impression.
Mhm.
It also helps build trust and credibility with your supporters and stakeholders. And as far as like for our community, we tend to gravitate towards names that has IT Haiti within the name. So for
Mhm.
us, we have that emotional connection,
Mhm.
which I will get to I guess in different slides.
Mhm. Okay.
And then as far as like your mission, obviously communicating your mission is that your mission is you, where you need clarity and focus. you need not only your values and vision, obviously within your mission obviously is a statement that defines your purpose, your values, and your goals. It conveys the reason for the organization's existence and the importance it aims to achieve in the community. Your mission serves as a guide, a guiding principle for the organization's activities, programming, and decision-making process. So knowing your mission, knowing your values, knowing your goals actually then help you to establish a proper name for your organization. And as far as like the legal consideration, I am not a lawyer. I will repeat, not a lawyer, but your work, make sure that the name that you're using is not already taken by another organization, by
Yeah.
an entity, which can cause some legal conflict in the future run.
Yeah.
Also make sure that like as far as like whatever name that you decide to go with, you make sure that you protect it. Protecting it can be as far as like trademarking. It could be having the domain name and all the social media threads links.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when it comes to the domains and the social medias, there are instances where the name that you chose, the domain
Right.
name is available because
Yeah.
somebody owns it, somebody has it, and at times it will be, I guess, like some people will make it available for you to purchase it from them. Depending on the name that your organization want to use, the pricing might be different.
Yes.
And at the same time with trademarking, I guess trademarking is different for every country. I'm not too familiar with trademarking in Haiti, so I digress with that little topic, and I will move on to the next.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And then we have the key elements of a good nonprofit name. Obviously, the clarity and relevance. Oh my God, relevance,
Very
relevance,
relevance
relevance,
to like
uh, memorability and ease of pronunciation, uniqueness and distinctiveness, positive connotation, and culture sensitivity. As you can see, I'm slurring my words. And I'm
yeah.
nervous. It is what it is. I guess like as mentioned before, obviously you need clarity and relevance to your mission. Your name should, you could say your name, the name of your organization should be in alignment to your mission. Yes, I would say like don't take it very literal. I've seen missions, nonprofit missions designated for Haiti, where their mission flat out reads as our mission is to go to Haiti and teach people about Jesus Christ. I have no problem with religion. However, the issue that I have with that mission per se, for me, is that unfortunately that organization did not do their research to understand that Haiti is populated with churches. People know about Jesus, they know about God, and they're very religious. So for you to have that as your main mission and make that your entire brand and make it the personality of your organization, unfortunately then fails your community, where you then lose trust in that community that you're trying to serve.
Yeah.
And then we have the brainstorming.
Mm-hmm.
Brainstorming process, to be honest, a lot of us have a tendency to do it of everything on our own, where we wear multiple hats. When we're brainstorming, we should allow members of our teams to be involved and, just shoot some ideas out. We live in in the age of technology, where a lot of people now are utilizing AI to help them be creative.
Yeah.
It's great to utilize those platforms. However, sometimes there are some constraint where like there might be, I'm not too sure. Again, don't quote me on this. there might be some constraint when it comes to utilizing AI to help you generate your business name. Um, Sometimes it's great. It could generate some phenomenal names for you. It could be very helpful, but down the line, I'm not sure the impact that it will have
Mhm,
on your organization.
mhm,
However, with the brainstorming, obviously enlist the help of the people that are within your organization,
mhm,
understand who you are trying to serve, what type of program you're trying to offer, and what words reflect the type of programs you offer, and
mhm.
what are some words that make it easy to imply what your organization does for its beneficiaries. Like in your case, with Atle, format
Mhm.
with the abbreviation, which is the family
Yeah.
artists in Kafu. For
Mhm.
you, like you abbreviated the word to make it like it has a
Yeah. More easy to say.
thank you, and at the
Mhm,
same time it resonate to your
mhm,
mission as well as the people, the community that you're trying to then serve. And at the same time, it slightly restrict you a little bit because
mhm.
your specific target audience or community is Kafu Furry
Yeah.
in Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
Yeah.
Now, the evaluating your option. Like this session is very quick, probably
Mhm.
because I'm going fast, but
Mhm.
please let me know if I'm going too fast so that I can slow down.
Can go.
Okay. Evaluating your option, obviously, is checking availability. Domain names, social media handles. As I said,
Mhm,
when it comes to domain names, at times, once you actually have the name of your organization,
mhm,
there is a low percentage of that domain name already existing. Um,
mhm,
which means that you'll have to either maybe regroup so that you can brainstorm once again to select different names. My suggestion is to come up with at least 10 different names that
mhm.
stands out that can help you, and then try to see if each of these names are available and also aligns with your mission.
Yeah.
In my case, when I was starting back in 2016,
Mhm,
2015, the initial name that I wanted to actually do,
mhm.
that I actually even started the legal process for, was Fondation Haïtien, which is
Okay.
the,
Mhm,
the Haitian
mhm.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Now, I clearly did not go with that name.
Mhm.
But let me, I guess I
Because it was taken,
no,
right?
it was not taken. It was for me, it was a conflict of interest. Not conflict
Okay.
of interest, I should say. It was more, what's the word I'm looking for? It falls in line to names that I should have avoided.
Mhm.
So now when it comes to if you could say when it comes to, let me go back, key
Mhm.
elements of your
Yeah.
of a good nonprofit name now,
Mhm.
there are things you should avoid when it comes to naming your organization. And you should definitely, in my opinion, avoid misleading words like
Mhm.
foundation.
Yeah.
Now, it's great and all.
Mhm.
That word is beautiful. Haiti has a policy on foundation, association,
Mhm.
and ONG. Just like similarly, they take, I would say they take some inspiration from France, where they also have legal statuses for fondation, association.
That's-
And in the United States, for us, we have the 501(c)(3) status. But what distinguish a foundation from other nonprofit is that the foundation gives out money.
Yeah.
They make grant available to other institutions. You can definitely
Okay.
donate to some of their causes, but they make funding available to other nonprofit individuals and initiatives. So when it comes to naming your nonprofit, I won't say do not use the
Yeah.
word foundation, because you are misleading people to probably like I guess like you give that expectation, the misleading expectation that people organizations can anticipate or expect funding from you for one of their initiatives. You could say what else? It slightly creates some confusion between donors and partners. It's like, okay, what are you? Are you a nonprofit? Or you could say, are you a nonprofit, association, are you an association or civil society, grassroots? Like, are you one of those? Or
Mhm.
are you a foundation that gives out money to other institutions
Other.
and whatnot? So it's always best to stay away from words that could be misleading. I guess another word to then take into consideration is obviously to avoid using names of organizations that are already in operation.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm like, like I want to use an example, but at
Mhm.
the same time, it's okay.
Mhm.
Like words, and as well as probably not using, for me, in my perspective, like we can agree to disagree, not
Mhm.
using Haiti into everything that we do on behalf of Haiti.
Yeah.
And the reason why I guess I am not for it is
Mhm.
probably because we've associated, I guess, utilizing Haiti and naming a nonprofit organization for Haiti,
Mhm.
somewhat create a narrative that when you think of Haiti, it becomes
80 only. Yeah. Yes.
like, okay,
Mhm.
ID charity, ID
Mhm.
charity. So you
Mhm.
put those two words now intertwine, whereas
Mhm.
people can, I won't say can never, but
Mhm.
people will always associate Haiti to
Yes.
charity.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's, I guess, like it's our responsibility as Haitians to take ownership of the word where we want to portray Haiti in a different light. And I think that is why I deviated from using Fondation Haïtien, because
Mhm.
one, if you notice, Fondation Haïtien, Fondation, I'm like, I'm not a foundation, I'm not giving out grants.
Mhm.
And then yeah, which is Haitian, like, yeah, I'm Haitian, but still I cannot claim per se, like you could say I'm claiming Haiti. I'm like, okay, so I'm giving to Haiti, technically speaking, I'm not given to Haiti.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
So I wanted to stay away from misleading words, just like I guess my suggestion to anyone who's watching, not to when creating organizations for Haiti, to obviously do your research. And by obviously doing your research, the key elements of good nonprofits, when it comes to once you're done with brainstorming, you come up with your names, ideally 10. If you go to 20, 20, 50, 50, it's not a exact number, it's whatever you're comfortable with. And then you look them up in whatever platform that you prefer to use. Um, que soit, you could say YouTube, not YouTube, excuse me, que soit Google,
Mhm.
Yahoo, Bing, Microsoft, whichever platform you prefer. I would say look those name up just to see if they actually exist. And if
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
exist, cross them out, move on to the next one, and do the same to actually then look up to see if whether or not those organizations are in existence, and then look up if whether or not, like as far as like your social media, um, and I am, let me go, hold on, here. When you check in the availability of your organization, obviously the domain name with the social media handles. That
Mhm.
one is a little tricky for me.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
tricky.
Mhm. Yes.
Because you can have a name that is very similar, but someone else has the same name, but you guys are in different industries. And it kind of conflicts where you cannot obviously duplicate the same name. So you
Yes.
have to add something extra just to make it unique. In my opinion, in this instance, it's acceptable.
Mhm.
However, it's not acceptable, in my opinion, to create, you are within, excuse me, you are within the same industry, you are doing the same work within nonprofit, within the nonprofit sector. Example would be you are a nonprofit focused in food security or education.
Mhm.
And there's another organization doing the same thing. You guys are two different entities. You guys have the same name, different
Yes.
ends, and the domain names is slightly the same. The only change is that you abbreviated yours, they have theirs, I guess like long format in. In this
Mhm.
case, this will create a lot of conflict when
Mhm.
donors are looking for you, when
Yeah.
grant makers are looking for you. They cannot
Mm.
differentiate you from the other
The
person.
other, yeah.
And I've run into this struggle within our community where you have multiple organizations with the same name, and you
Mhm.
cannot tell which one's which. You have
Mhm.
one organization, and let's say I'm utilizing the US for this example. One organization could be based in Florida, and while they are based in Florida, with X name, and then you have another one in New York with the same name, but the only difference is their domain, their website is active. The one in Florida is not active,
Mhm. Okay.
but both their social media
Mhm.
are active,
Right.
and they do the same work. They basically operate in the same community, but
Mhm.
now it create confusion when you're trying to give, and it's like, okay, so which, it's like one of them have a donation and the
Mhm.
other donation link, the other one does not. And it's like, okay, so which one is
Mhm.
correct? Which one
Yeah.
is correct? You cannot find much information about them. And for me, how I guess how I make the difference is based on who actually registered the organization, uh,
Okay. Yeah.
and seeing who is the I guess the primary person of contact versus oh, this one is like they're the same person. If they're the same person, it's the same people, it's the same organization. Okay, this link goes here, this link go there. I guess within that, we then move to conducting a trademark search. So as far as like that, this is where the legal hat, technically speaking, I'm not a lawyer,
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
comes in.
Yeah. Mhm.
Please hire
Mhm.
a professional lawyer to help you trademark the name of your organization, or you could do it yourself. Honestly, me personally, I would prefer
Mhm.
to hire someone who actually
Someone.
knows what they're doing, so
Yeah.
that I don't accidentally check off something I shouldn't. I shouldn't. So this
Yes.
is where you would then protect your organization's name, just for safety measures. And then you would ensuring basically the name is not too similar to existing nonprofit, as I said, and also gathering feedback from your target audience. And gathering feedback within the target audience is obviously making sure that the name that you're utilizing is culturally appropriate, and that
Mhm.
it will not trigger any it will not trigger anyone based
Mhm.
on the name that you're using. Um, And then we're here as far as like
Mhm.
legal and practical consideration.
Consideration. Mhm.
Disclaimer, I am not a lawyer.
Mhm.
So obviously registering the name of your the name of your nonprofit with the state that you're in or in the country that you're in. In Haiti's case, registering your organization, it depends on which status that you wish to go for. If you want to register as ONG, which
Yeah.
is to organisation non-profit
Mm. No,
non-governmental,
no governmental. Mhm.
is in our, like in English, will be non-governmental organization. You will
Mhm.
then register in Ministère de la Planification.
Mhm.
And then if you want to then be registered as a association, it would
Mhm.
then be registered at Ministère des Affaires sociales and labor.
Mhm.
Now, the difference between the two, it depends. It's mostly the status of I don't know how to say this in English. Franchise,
Mm. Franchise, I think. This
blood
is
franchise, I believe, or
of
basically it's your opportunity to be able to import to the country without being taxed heavily.
okay. Okay.
If you are a ONG in Haiti, NGO in Haiti with the status of
Mhm.
NGO, you're able to import to the country with lower taxes versus an
Mhm.
association
Yeah.
does not have that option to import at a low tax rate. So I think if
Okay.
you'll, I think like for me, in my perspective, to register as an association is easier than a nonprofit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's also
And maybe about the cost too.
very much.
Yeah, I think the NGO are most expensive than the association.
Yes, and the process is very rigorous. It's not as easy as people think.
Yes.
But that is a conversation for another time. Uh,
Yes, we went to NGOs, but after
mhm,
when I'm thinking, I thought that I we should uh, uh use organization a association.
mhm,
Yeah, but I don't know. It's already done,
mhm,
so maybe I don't know if uh later we could do this.
mhm,
Is it's possible? But when I see the type of work that we are doing, the our when you see we are a family, we are exactly an association that
mhm,
gather artists. So it it seemed that the association is explain more what we are doing than a NGO. What do
mhm.
you think?
I
Um,
I do agree, and also I believe back in 2015, I think ex-minister Aviol,
Javier Frida?
yes, thank you.
Mhm. Mhm.
He designated a different status for international NGOs.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if whether or not that acronym is still active or in practice. But there are some, there's an article out there that is slightly basically goes into a class. Basically, he called I believe, the NGO class,
Okay.
where international nonprofits will then fall under that umbrella. But other than that, associations, if it's more local based. And as far as like legal status, again, I am not a lawyer.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
hopefully in future sessions, we could have a lawyer present who could delve into Haiti's legal statuses, different legal statuses related to nonprofits. But in this case, I'm not that person. I know a thing or
Mhm.
two, but I would
Mhm.
not advise you because I am not a lawyer. Uh,
Okay. No. Yes. Yes.
and obviously, trademarking your nonprofit is ideal depending on which country you are in. I am not familiar with Haiti's trademark processing. However, it's always great to do international trademark. That way, you are protected. And obviously, securing your, excuse me, obviously securing your domain names as well as your social media profiles, and making sure that cross-border everything matches. And I would also then you go back and I guess use my example of the social media profile being cross-border everything it matches. It's like if you notice that with our social media platforms, we have Instagram that is slightly different because we
Mhm.
then we included HT towards the end,
Okay.
mostly because when we were searching, I believe when we were searching and we were going to secure
Mhm.
the name was available. By the time that we
Mhm.
were going to get the name, someone else got the
But
name, but
yeah.
unfortunately, they're not utilizing it.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of there are some people out there who actually, secure domain names and they're not
Mhm.
doing anything with the domain names
Yeah.
in hopes that someone reach out to them to purchase this domain name.
Yeah.
And as mentioned, I guess just to give a brief breakdown, let me stop sharing. Should I? No.
Yeah.
Just to give like a brief breakdown of of what we basically discuss is obviously naming your organization, involving your team to brainstorm to create that name. Obviously, it's always best to have at least 10, 20, 50, whatever fits your boats,
Mhm.
to be able to find the name that fits you. And obviously your mission is you, make that mission you, and also be able to I guess discern names that are slightly similar to other organizations. And I guess I'm gonna stop it there. And if anyone have any questions, please.
Okay, so it's clear for me about the name, and I was reading some a couple of things about it, and
Mhm,
it's exactly what you say. And when we did the choice, it was about to represent Kafufer
mhm,
and the Hardys through our family.
mhm,
That's because because of that we choose this name.
mhm,
And for now, my question is, do you uh do you think it's normal to have like Kafufer in the name and
mhm.
serve the world?
In my opinion,
Yeah,
no,
in your opinion. No.
no, no.
Okay.
I think it would remind me again, Kafufur has been in existence for
Uh,
15 years? No,
hmm?
15 years or less than that.
The it
Com-
have been in existence since, no, I don't know.
Non, combien de temps que Kafufur existait?
Est-ce que me gen informasyon sa? Ba vreman kwe, non? Au kontre, m te mandi pou fè rechèche la mwen, ba jene pou sa. Ba
Okay.
jene pou sa.
So,
M te mandi I was asking a member of my teams
mhm,
to do that, to give me, when we are talking about to know the community that we are served.
mhm,
So I asked them to make this for me,
mhm.
make to give me all information about it.
Well,
So
okay,
this work
well, I
as
think you probably misunderstood my question. I'm not asking about Kafu Fur's existence. I'm asking from a calf existence. Like,
okay,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Since 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say like most organization dependent, it depends on the organization that they choose to then change the name of their organization. It depends. It could be 5 years, it could be 15 years. It depends on them if they realize that their mission is growing, as well as that if
Mhm,
their mission is not only mission is growing, but the needs of the community not only pertains to the community that they serve, but broadly.
mhm,
So the decision typically comes from the entirety of the board,
mhm,
as well as the founding members make that decision to then decide to be like, hey, I think maybe it's time for us to change the name. Maybe there could be a conflict that causes you guys to change the name. But
mhm.
at the end of the day, that is a decision, that is a group decision, basically.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And
Yes.
also like, get the insights and feedback from your participants, from those that you serve.
Uh, can you repeat the question? Okay.
Get feedback for you to then get feedback from people that participated in your sessions, in your programs, in your workshops, in the some of the teachers, the trainers that you guys have for your art workshops, just to get
Mhm.
their feedback to see if whether or not it makes sense for you guys to change your names, and to
Okay.
then involve them also in the rebranding process and renaming process.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And what more? Yeah, it was the only question that I have
Awesome.
because yeah. And what uh I was thinking other thing too.
Mm-hmm.
So that that uh okay, about the domain name
Mm-hmm.
when using org,
Mm-hmm.
it's for organization, right?
Correct.
Okay, so as an association,
Mm-hmm.
could you still use org.org?
That is correct.
That is correct. Okay.
So that org would be designated to nonprofits,
Mm-hmm.
que soit ONG, fondation, association. In my perspective, to use the that HT, the that HT,
Mm-hmm.
could be more expensive. Um, uh, yeah, it could be very
Mm-hmm.
much more expensive
Yeah.
just to buy the domain name,
Mm-hmm.
the .ht, unfortunately. But you are not a government, so you would not use the .gov
Mm-hmm.
or .gov. You would purely be not necessarily restricted. Like ideally, it would benefit you to use the .org
Mm-hmm.
instead of .com.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
And I think related to that, based on past conversations that we also then had, related to, I guess like this is very broad, um, related to the websites also, for organizations in Haiti that cannot afford, domain names or cannot basically build a readily available website. I
Mhm.
think maybe there's a possibility, don't quote me on this,
Okay.
I haven't tried it out
Mm-hmm.
yet, is to
Mm-hmm.
utilize MailChimp, MailChimp,
MailChimp. Uh-huh.
thank you. To utilize MailChimp or HubPost, I believe, where they give you the option to create a landing page
Mm-hmm.
to basically just it's a simple landing page, a one-page landing page that can then showcase what your organization is then doing. I haven't utilized that, but I've had conversations with other members of the team, and it was something that was like, hey, that is a possibility, other than
Mm-hmm.
organizations purely utilizing social media only. But just to have something where people can just go and learn about you rather than going on your social media to try to like fish for information, to be like, okay, I kind of know what they do, but at the same time I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure. The landing page kind of simplifies, I guess, your work, just like
Yeah,
what website.
there is another possibility too
Mhm.
with Google Sites.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
site.google.com.
Mm, with
It's
that one, hold on. Would Google, Google site? I'm not too sure with that one because I believe Squarespace acquired um Google domain. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes?
mm,
Yes. So yeah, Squarespace acquired Google domains. So if you kind of wanted to utilize like Google domains or so, you'll then
mhm.
be redirected to Squarespace. Yeah, I mean Squarespace might be another option as well, but as far as like affordability, I'm not sure if it's going to fit everyone's budget.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Great. And
Any more last questions?
uh no, I don't have I don't have any question.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So thank you for joining. And at the same time, please be safe.
Okay.
And we will see on the next I Learn Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
It's not just
Huh?
that, it's every third and fourth Saturdays of the month.
Okay.
However, Next week, June 22nd, though, we are taking a slight little break.
Okay.
And then we'll then resume back in July.
Okay. Great. I
Awesome.
will be there.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. All right
Thank
then.
you too.
All right then. Bye.
Bye then. Bye.